All right, I've assigned myself to this patient. If I want to take a quick look at some of the background information, you can click anywhere in this area where the patient's name is, and it'll bring up a little summary where you've got triage information, family history, social history, etc., home medications. Now, if we need to start charting, we can click right here, Open Patient Chart. The other way to get to charting on the patient is to click here in this column right here. And that will open the chart for documenting. Now here in the patient chart, there's a couple things you might want to do pretty quick. This is sort of the Edi view that's got these workflows. But one thing that's nice is there's calculators. You can click here, you can click calculator, and it'll add that into this bar. And so there's all kinds of different things you can use to insert calculators into the clinical documentation. But if I click on workflow, this is where we can start building our chart. There's two different sections here. There's kind of a information panel, and then over on this far right side, there's sort of the documentation panel. The things listed here are going to be the order that you can see here in this middle panel. You can rearrange them. You can grab them. If you want allergies first, you can drag allergies to the top. If you want vital signs at the top, you click, just drag vital signs to where you want. You can see here, there's also subjective, review of systems, objective. They are here, but they're grayed out. And the reason they're grayed out is because we clicked this little contextual view. So it moved it from here in the middle to off to the side. Okay, so now you've got this chart. We saw how we could put in some orders. Now to document, you simply click into the subjective. You can use Dragon to dictate. You can use auto text within Dragon. That will be a separate video. You can use dot phrases. So if you've created a dot phrase, say for example there's one for chest pain that you want to use, you can insert that dot phrase. To create one, if you've never had one, you can manage auto text by clicking this button. I want to create a new one. Let's do a new one for say syncope and vertigo. I'm going to add new phrase. My abbreviation, for me, I'm going to do 2 dots because that'll be the trigger. There's a lot of single dots. If I just do 2 dots, it's going to be just for me. I'm going to say HPI, and I'm going to say vertigo, syncope. And I'm going to dump in the items that I want to put in. You can add formatting. And if you notice, I put some of the text inside of these brackets. So when I'm using Dragon, I can click the Advance button and it'll move in the chart and highlight this section. And then I can then dictate present, absent, unknown, and then I can click the next one and it'll jump down to the next one. Again, I can dictate present, absent, unknown, etc. and go through this very quickly. So if I save that, I now have this as an auto text for vertigo and syncope. So in the subjective, I can hit the 2 dots. I can do my HPI. There's this thing. You click it or hit enter, and it puts that in there. So on physical exam, Also, creating a standard adult exam would be very, very helpful to speed that up. All right, I got my exam put together. So again, to insert, I just hit my 2 dots, do normal adult exam, select that, hit enter. And now I've got my exam in. So you can see by creating some of these dot phrases, or instead of doing a dot phrase, you can do an auto text inside a Dragon. And again, that'll be a separate video, but it works very much the same way. And the nice thing about using Dragon is you can give it a voice command. So as you're dictating, you can just say insert normal adult exam, and then it'll put in the text that you assigned for that command right in here. So even though you can use dot phrases to do this quickly, I think using Dragon auto text may be the fastest way, because then you can just speak the commands and have all these go into these different areas. So once your chart is complete and you're finished with it, and you're ready to get the patient discharged and out, you will create an Edi Note, and that will take all of the stuff that you put in that workflow and shove it in here. Now, this is now the note. So anything that you put in that workflow will not show up here unless you kill this off and create another note, which you don't want to have a bunch of notes for the same patient. But you can edit any of these things. And so you can click in History, Present Illness and dictate additional stuff. You can type it, you can say it. You can use dot phrases here as well. You can also use the Dragon auto text here as well. Now, if you are worried that there's some orders that you need to get additional information in, or there's results back that you don't see, you click the refresh and that'll update things. Again, with labs, it'll update. And so another pro tip is to create a normal EKG reading so that you can do either a Dragon auto text or a dot phrase to dump in quick things for your EKG readings. And then when this is done to your liking, the chart's complete, you're ready to go. All you have to do is click the sign and submit.